I just don't know. So, can you see on this map where you parked your car? Do you know where you parked your car off what road?
I'm assuming it's off 19.
You're assuming, but you don't know?
No.
Okay.
I mean, remembering from the GPS and Google Maps, it's got to be 19.
Okay.
Because the town or whatever is literally just on the other side of the Highlands. That's the closest major road running through there.
Do you remember what the town was called?
No idea. I'm running with where the trail crosses the road. That's where my car is, basically. They're like a quarter to a half mile off the Appalachian Trail on that road.
Do you know which direction? East or west?
No.
Okay.
Oh, wait. It'd be west. I think the trail's east of the bed and breakfast. Alright, I don't remember exactly where we said we were going. Ash Gap.
I don't know.
Little Bear Mountain. So going into this week, thought the weather was going to be a lot more wet. Now at like 2:30, 3 p.m., it honestly could not be nicer outside. This ridge line through these trees is where we think the Roan Highlands are. So we have to go back south, then we go straight east before we come back north. So it's quite possible we end up on that ridge. How the sticks doing?
Good.
Yeah? Still helping?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, this is our first really good view.
Nice. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. Holy shit.
As far as how clear it is, it's pretty steep down, but I haven't been able to have this wide a view of this many hills and ridges and mountains. There's that light that we were looking at, or some of them. People's private property out here. Pretty nice property.
National forest is privately owned, like all this. It'd be cool to be in a national forest.
So that's kind of how quickly things change on us, and this being day 3, we started going up in the snow, colder weather at night. The next day rolled into rain, let the rain pass. We ended up night hiking with the rain. It kind of took out a lot of the snow, and now day 3 being warmer temperatures, the snow is becoming pretty much non-existent in some spots, but in other spots you get patches that are kind of hidden from the sun. Lost and found shuttle. Call, text, or email Randy. That is good advertising. That guy knows what's up. People need a bail. Here's my number. Pay me some money. This monument is in memory and honor of the Hughes family who have owned this land since 1878. Appalachian National Scenic Trail. Over 2,100 miles maintained by local volunteer trail clubs. Hughes Gap. Elevation 4,040 feet. And that sign says coming up next is Roan High Knob at 5.2 miles. 5 p.m. right now. We're tent camping tonight, so we're not making it to High Knob Shelter. It's supposed to rain tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. is our understanding. So this spot that we're coming up to, this peak right here, Little Bear Mountain, is gonna be our highest point thus far. Perfect time for about a sunset. Best sunset view we're gonna get for tonight is, I think, through the trees. I believe this is actually the peak here. We decided to go down and camp at Ash Gap, which Ash Gap should be right down from here, which leaves a short up to High Knob Shelter. It'd be easier if you had food. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is probably gonna be our campsite for the night, or thereabouts this area, because it's getting chilly and I'd rather start a fire and stuff while we still have some natural light on our side.
Pick that light up. Here, let me...
Oh yeah.
Crank her up a little bit.
again. This is tent camping on the AT. We just did 2 shelters. Decided we didn't want to climb this next hill, so we stayed low. We'll climb it tomorrow before or after this rain. Beef pasta marinara, beef crumbles with pasta noodles and marinara sauce.
I think we're gonna wake up at 4 a.m.
We have service. We're able to look and find out that 3 o'clock a.m. possible rain, 4 a.m. we're supposed to get winds. We're expecting, I don't know, possibly 40 to 50 miles an hour. 8 a.m. possible rain, 10 a.m. actual rain, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. actual rain. So we're gonna try to maneuver our way through the weather here and hopefully find our way up to High Knob Shelter. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roan High Knob.
Roan High Knob Shelter. Is that it?
Yeah.
As much structural integrity in this tent as we're getting.
I think so.
I think this tent can handle this situation. I don't think it'll be that outrageous. But then again, I don't know. What do we got here? It's 9 p.m. We don't remember what the trees above our tent look like, so I'm gonna take a peek. Yeah, you're right. It's not bad. I mean, yeah.
The big bastard right above us?
The one that's swaying to the left.
Oh, I didn't see any swaying. As long as they're not dead. Make sure none of them are missing a bunch of bark.
It's not missing a bunch of bark, but it's pretty up there, and it is swaying. It's got, yeah, I mean, that limb's the one that worries me. I don't know, man. I think it's just kind of a luck of the draw thing. Over the night, right now, 10 p.m., we're still assuming we're like 2.5 miles from Roan High Knob Shelter. So we're going to wake up early, wrap up our tent, pack up our shit, and hopefully get to Roan High Knob before rain ensues, so we don't have a wet tent for the rest of this trip. The Roan Highlands are highly anticipated, very beautiful. The Weather Service also said tomorrow night it's supposed to be a low of 27, but it's supposed to feel like 1. That goes into the AM, and then the following night, Friday night, it's supposed to feel like 12 degrees. If there's any trees or we have to pack up in a panic, you'll be the first to know. I'm going to bed.
Anything?
There's no way I'm going to be able to tell what dead branch fell. It didn't sound far. Oh, it did? Because I thought it sounded like it was back this way. That tree right there is what I'm worried about. Because that thing goes up above us. You can barely see it. Looking straight up at that bastard does not look good. It's just not encouraging. Because it leans on top of us. That's the one. If it were to be a tree, it's that one. It really makes me believe we should not sleep here. Like, just looking at that thing swaying, it's not a good idea.
No.
Even risk it for a few hours just because I don't want to pack up right now. Yeah. I really don't. I just don't want to start moving again. But it's only going to get breezier, and the situation becomes riskier. If anything, the situation just cuts out the whole idea of sleeping comfortably.
Oh yeah, there's no
Just
way.
because you know what's going on above you. There was a panic gust, now we're packing shit up, we're gonna head for the shelter. This is the chaos that ensues 3 minutes after we decide that Gus scared the shit out of us. Decided to leave now at 10:30 p.m. and 25-mile-per-hour winds. Didn't expect to be night hiking again. Would have rather stayed, but better decisions were made. North, so we're going down that way. What's this one? Cloud and Hotel Site. What? Cloudland Hotel Site? You see that?
Yeah.
Elevation 6150. There's a f***ing hotel up here? No way.
This pointing that way is Carver's Gap. Where's Carver's Gap?
That's it, Carver's Gap. So there's Carver's Gap.
Did we pass it?
Well, hold on, Cloudland Historical. No, I don't think we got to it yet. I say we keep going south because I swear to God there will be a sign for that. There has to be. And we ended up on the back side of Roan Mountain, it seems like, and it's some spots a foot of snow, some spots 3 inches. Shelter 0.1, baby.
Which way?
We're going up. The nice thing is, it seems like the wind is not as big a factor over here.
There it is, your left.
Oh, nice. Spruce fir forest. Can you open this door? You think there's someone in here?
You go first.
Oh my God, let me go first.
Oh.
Is it a pull? No, it's a push. Yes. I gotta like barge through this thing. No. Yes? Is it locked?
Oh, you want in?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you in. Just sorry about that.
All right, appreciate it.
Hello?
Morning.
How you doing?
Not too bad. How you doing?
Good.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. I didn't expect anyone.
Yeah, it started to get windy. Where were we at? Ash Gap. We were like 2 miles down, and there were some questionable.
Trees
Yeah.
falling over.
Yeah.
Our tent folding in. We were like,
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
There's another level too.
thanks, man. I'm sorry for waking you up, man.
Yeah.
I was just surprised. I only got here like 2 hours ago, but yeah, I was. Really not?
Oh, it's nice. The last thing we saw was this guy opening the door to us 2 bums. If you look around the bottom floor of this thing, right? So you got a corner. Here's a ladder. I didn't know this was here, so there's a second level. We'll go up there in a second. But otherwise, that's just a massive rock. Use that as a chair. The door we came in, window, we're hanging, and then we're on this side. So this dude opens this door. I don't see a single piece of equipment. I just see this guy all bundled up, and I thought this dude was like just hanging out in here. Had no supplies. I was kind of baffled. Let's go upstairs. Window. Pretty standard. There's a lot of space up here. You could pack a lot of people in this thing.
Yeah.
It kind of makes me curious why he would want to haul all his up here. It just seems like a big pain in the ass. Now we're probably gonna go get water, morning ritual, coffee, and let the day unravel. Windy and rain. No, got the boots hanging. These are the soles of my boots. It's all drenched, so I'm out here trying to catch some wind, dry it that way while I can. Otherwise, we're now the only people up at Roan High Knob Cabin, and this is what it looks like right outside the door. So this is what it naturally looks like lit in this cabin. It's darker than I'll get out. We're gonna be spending pretty much all day in here. So the plan now is to get water, possibly see if there's an overlook. I think we're in a cloud. Hopefully we can do all this before the rain comes in. The rain jacket on. So this is the little cabin. And up this way is supposed to be, it's like a little trail. We're assuming there's an overlook, so we're gonna figure that out. We gotta go back that way for water. Maybe it's all just habitated out. Like, it almost seems like it doesn't exactly look like a trail, but people would probably just camp over here. Stone steps?
I wonder if that cabin used to be here.
Foundation? Yeah, maybe. How the hell will they move like that?
There used to be something big here. Oh, I bet there was a tower for fire watching.
Sensitive habitat, no camping, firewood collection, or fire building beyond this point. This hole
Beyond it.
goes that way, goes all the way that way. This is it. This is gonna be it. Assuming this is the highest point here, Roan High Knob. I would assume there'd be better views if you get farther out to the trees, but from where the shelter is, there's basically just a bunch of trees. Like, it just looks so dense, it doesn't look worth it.
Yeah.
All right, let's get some water.
Our cabin.
Yeah. It's actually really cool.
Yeah.
I like that it actually has windows too. So this is what it's like to live in the cabin.
Top of the mountain.
Please post a picture. Bangor Rocks, Noreen 2021, Maine. Keep a rehide. If I take this with me, it's going to end up completely off the AT, which I don't think this person intended. If I were to take this, I would leave it in the Indiana Dunes, and somebody would probably be like, what the hell is this thing? But again, I like the idea that this thing's probably been some cool places. This is cabin life. I'm just cocooned up here. We got a deck of cards. I've got a book. It's mostly just coffee and passing time. A little bit of sunlight now. Less wind, no cloud. Question is, we don't have service. And I thought, if I recall, it's supposed to rain around 4 p.m. It does look very nice out there right now, but hanging the boots outside now. Just expecting wind and colder weathers. There's virtually no rain, or whatever rain there was assuming when we were in that cloud earlier today. But we're expecting colder temps tonight, and then tomorrow a little bit nicer. Again, no service here, so we really don't know. The second to last night, decided we're going over mountain tomorrow, and then out after. Chicken, pesto pasta. Again, I added pink salmon to it to boost up the protein and a little bit of the calories. Should open that door real quick.
What?
So you should open that door real quick.
What?
See what it's like outside.
Windy and snowy.
Windy and snowy?
Yeah, it's snowing a little bit.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a frozen sock.
Oh, centrifugal force.
Clearing all the water out of it.
I'm trying to.
It is, I don't know, upper 20s, lower 30s, maybe.
God damn.
Dude, there's like no room for nothing in there. That's what I'm afraid of. There's like no room for circulation.
You see you start moving, dude.
I had on 2 pairs of socks because I thought 2 pairs of socks would help with keeping toes warm, but we're down to 1 pair of socks. We got a super body warmer at my toes in the sock, and then I have that plastic bag. I can't get my heel down.
Loosen the laces.
Dude, they're frozen. It's all frozen.
Well, it'll frost you out. Say goodbye to the cabin. Now my water.
Okay. All right, I think I'm ready. Well, I got my feet in my boots, and there's absolutely no mobility. The heat warmers are shoved in my socks underneath my toes and the balls of my feet, so hopefully those things kick in. It's at 15 to half an hour, along with the blood flow and the pounding of the frozen feet on the ground. Everything that was once slush is now dusted in snow and frozen ice. Well, at least we're coming off the high point. Yeah, well, we're going this way. Very gingerly. Pretty cool up here right now. And again, just a reminder, today is supposed to be our best views day up in the highlands. Meeting that hiker yesterday telling us about grassy bald, everything's gonna be freezing, probably a little more windy, and covered in more snow and ice. A little bit of white in those treetops. I took a spill. I fell directly on one little tiny rock positioned right on my upper left glute, thigh, hip area. It didn't feel great. Welcome to North Carolina. Cloudier that way. It's pretty windy right here. Holy hell. Yeah, so that's where we came from. Wherever it gets really high up there. 5.9 miles. Or we 14 out to the car right now.
It's right here, if that's okay.
Look at that breeze. There's the sun desperately trying to break out. Meanwhile, we're going up into the wind. Later, bud. What up, bud? Just loves all the attention.
Hey, buddy.
Hey there. Hey there, Pooch. Oh, your little cowbell. No, it's not terrible up here right now. The cloud is pushing it behind us, though. Round bald, we're 58.26. So that cloud just came in now. That's all around us. No, I can't see anything. That view just went away like that.
There we go.
So again, just momentary views before the next cloud moves in. But that's probably about some of the best we're gonna get. This is shaping up to be the most beautiful part, and I'm glad that we have a sunny-ish day. Clouds pushing through occasionally. And then there's that. There's always the gust of wind. So the shelter would have been, you know, somewhere at the very high point over there. As far as open views go, this is rock. Just clears everything out. As far as we know, this is Grassy Ridge to the right. Supposedly where that girl said she was staying. Who knows? This is about as basic a shelter as you can get, man. So from the Stan Murray, we're thinking 2-ish, 2.5 at most, up to Over Mountain. This barn, that's supposed to be condemned. We'll assess the situation when we get there. Oh, is this the route of the Over Mountain men, 1780? 1,000 men from the militias of Virginia, North Carolina, were now Tennessee joined forces to resist the British. This army of independent Over Mountain men provided their own horses, rations, and guns. They rode up this mountain as the weather turned bitter. Through this gap, they trudged with the snow. Well, let's go take a peek at this barn here. It's a nice grassy spot, but the wind can really whip it through here.
A lot of firewood.
You're not allowed in it.
I'm going in it.
Relocation. That's us for Highway 19. Cold breeze. The forest about 100 feet. So from here, our out is 9 miles to the US 19. down here, and it's a little bit better down here. Oh my God. Shut this barn down by means of posting a note that says, don't go in here. It's supposed to be unstable. I'm assuming it's not like repairable, so essentially it sounds like they're just waiting for it to collapse. But you know how people are. I don't think I'm gonna actually get up there. This is just me hanging out in the hole just so I could get a look. Like, I get it, the barn's old, it's kind of somewhat laning, and why risk it for anybody? But I can imagine how many people used to pack in this thing. 9 miles out. 9 miles out. Again, you can see the frosty white treetops up on the ridge there. You can only assume that's where we're going tomorrow, over 9 miles. It's nice with the barn blocking the wind. That's the only reason it really makes me want to find a way to utilize the barn. Up along this ridge here, we're gonna set our tent down in a little bit of a low spot, hopefully to get out of the wind. Well, tent set up. My last beef pasta marinara. I ran out of gas, so it's like half warm. Didn't feel like getting another canister at this point. I was eating pad thai. But the view from this log cabin here, it's quite spectacular. You can see somebody with a very nice house up there on the hillside. Back to the tent, warm everything up, lay down, assess this hip thing going on. Still got sun over there, that's nice. I'm happy with where our tent is. It's cold, a little chilly, the sun's nice right here, but the wind is too cold for me. Seems to be blocking the wind pretty well. So this is night 5 at Over Mountain, the barn thing. Call it low 30s, high 20s. There's no wind, we're tent camping. Tomorrow's our out day, basically just trying to stay warm. So we really...
Teens overnight.
All right, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. About 11 o'clock at night on night 5. We just basically slept for, I don't know, call it like 5 hours. Just casually waking up. But helped me be lighter for tomorrow and hopefully fill my stomach and I can just pass out. We're gonna make this right now. You said break up the biscuits.
Yeah, 100% break up the biscuits.
Just make them smaller?
Yeah, just quarter it or chunk them up or do whatever. Because they do not absorb water at all.
I don't know, I might enjoy that. We're going to leave it as is. These freeze-dried meals, for what you get, I mean, they're not bad. I more so like the different flavors and varieties because I don't pack stuff like this, so it's nice to get a change of pace with the food I'm eating. Oh, whoops, I forgot to take that guy out. Yeah, well, it seems like a few temps have dropped, and we'll see what else the night brings.
You can't tell.
If it's cold?
Oh yeah, it's cold. Yeah, that's for goddamn sure.
Holy shit. It's pretty bright. It's better. Pop that there door open there, guy.
You pop that there door open,
I
guy.
can't see shit out my door.
Oh man, it is frosty out there.
I see it. Okay, well, we'll get out there eventually. Pretty much all the food I have left. This is the morning for out. We've got 3 packets of tuna left. After all the food I brought, this is the most food I've ever brought anywhere, I think. Maybe at least by weight, but We're down to just the protein and the tuna. So this is left foot, last day, frozen, right foot. Again, this one, we're not through yet, but we'll make it one more day. It's held up pretty well, covered in frost. Now, melting from the sun. Everything out here is covered in frost. And the table, just a layer on it. That's a lot, man. This has been a fun one. Tied up there with my most days out, most nights out, that is, 5 nights, 6 days. As far as I know right now, I'm absolutely disgusting. I smell, I want to shower, I want to eat, I want to feel clean, I want to be a real human again. So hopefully we get a few more views today, but otherwise, morning here is spectacular, on point. I'm gonna get one last look at this barn, because God only knows when this thing's either coming down, if they don't restore it, or what happens to it. But this may be the last time I ever see this thing. That view, you just can't beat that view. In here, I'm sure it would have been nice when they had this boarded off to just be sleeping right here. Wake up to the sunrise right there. Goodbye, barn. You did well. All right. And if any of you find yourselves in this section of the trail, just know that on the other side of that barn there is a privy. Looks like we're going back up.
Oh, yeah.
That could be more than like 1/10 of a mile, 2/10 of a mile. It's an aggressive start to the climb today. This is a nice little spot. People may have camped here. Assumingly, yeah, absolutely camp over there. I mean, it's got a nice view. That was where we came from. Now we're on top of this one. Great view out that way. Really hoping that this is the last mountain to go over this one. We should be a few miles from the car. This rock gives me a nice little platform to stand on, catch some wind, take in my 360. It's probably be like this area. Very, very nice for the AT. Hump Mountain 5587. So if you like this backpacking trip, you want to see more like it, hit the like button. If you want to see more national parks, hit the subscribe button. Coming up next, Indiana Dunes Final National Park. Sign says leaving North Carolina. Yeah, man, I think we're at that road in like 20 minutes. I'm very tired at this point. Excited to be getting out, motivated. That there would be a road. Alrighty. Woo, AT. That was a good section. I don't know when I'll be on the AT next, so this was a pretty awesome experience. That was like 20 minutes, man. Right? That was pretty fast, 20 minutes.
Definitely not 20 minutes. I'd say that was a better bit of an hour.
All right. she is. There's the Honda.